And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services in New York City tonight at Galvanize on Spring Street for an event on AI data privacy and ethics sponsored by the AI Hub. Great job. And we have four speakers who contributed, and I'm going to ask each one of them to start with Reid Blackman. What was the best point you heard tonight? Reid, of course, you are with the CEO of Virtu and also a professor at Colgate University for many years. What was the key point you heard from the seminar tonight?
So I thought one of the key takeaways was that businesses really need to care about what consumers and employees think about how those businesses are treating them with regards to their privacy, and that there's a financial reason for taking privacy considerations seriously.
Very good. And Jennifer Shin is the founder and CEO of 8Path Solutions, also a professor at NYU in New York. Jennifer, what was a key highlight from your talk tonight?
So I think what was really interesting is that everyone had very different perspective, different points of view, but really that there was a conversation. Like, we ran over by half an hour, no one left, no one really even noticed. I think partly because people are very much interested in the topic and having serious discussions where there is, even though there is, disagreeing points, I think overall there is a consensus about the importance of these issues and some of the things that we really need to think about moving forward. So it was really just good to see a diverse group of people who showed up and then having a conversation that's just one-sided or biased in any way, but really having an open discussion about it.
Very good. And our friend Choudhury, the founder and CEO of SAM, you had a number of good comments about the impact of AI on employment and trying to do the right thing for customers. What was your key highlight that you heard tonight?
Yeah, I think what we all probably agree on is that it's a multidisciplinary effort that will essentially make data privacy much more robust and more relevant to a capitalistic society that we live in. What I've learned, I think what Reid touched on is very interesting. I think even beyond data, when decisions are being made by agents or an algorithm of an AI, that's when we really have to look into data discrimination or discrimination based on biased data or decisions being made by bots that are really not relevant. So yeah, that was something that I thought was very interesting and something that's probably a topic of another debate.
Okay, and then our moderator tonight was Xena Ugrinsky, who is the CEO of GenreX Consulting, has worked for some very major firms in the consulting industry. Xena, you had a good point about a lot of companies have decided they're not going to automate some functions. And we always see in customer service the importance of the human element, that a customer always knows that they can talk to a human being if they're going to have a problem. Why have you found that important in some of the industries that you work in?
Well, I think Tesla is probably a really good example. So there is an overarching fear in the market that AI is going to take everyone's jobs. And what we're seeing in industry and what I believe 2019 is going to be about is going to be the over-application of automation with a subsequent pullback. So these are early days, and we're implementing things that we don't understand the real ROI or returns on yet. And Tesla's a good example because they had two assembly lines that they fully automated, right? They've spent billions of dollars getting this thing completely smart, machine learning enabled, and doesn't even require a human being. And what they have now done is added a third where they are systematically pulling the automation out and replacing it with humans again, because they've found it to be a qualitative issue, and they've also found that the cost of that level of automation isn't warranted, right? You get a better quality product, and you can deliver it at a lower price. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think 2019 is going to be the year of some spectacular failures, too.
Okay, maybe just ask our panelists any final thoughts on advice to businesses about data privacy related to AI, artificial intelligence. Any final thoughts to convey?
One last thing is simply that taking care of the privacy concerns of consumers, it's the responsibility not just of risk managers but of CEOs who care about the reputation of their brand. Because the last thing you want to do is go viral for all the wrong reasons. And we saw Facebook go viral for all the wrong reasons. We saw hashtag delete Facebook, and Facebook is a monster. They could survive it, but lots of companies, that's an existential risk for them.
Very good. Jennifer, a final thought?
Yeah, I would say never underestimate that you can outsource certain things with technology. So maybe if you don't want to store the data yourself and you're not sure about, how much security you can really ensure, you can always, go to Amazon, go to other places, go to other services, other third parties that can take care of that for you, and then still build out the things that you need. And really, I think not trying to do everything yourself is going to be important.
Okay, thank you very much. And Roz, final thought on the evening for?
Yeah, I think CEOs, entrepreneurs, decision makers, C-suite executives, they really ought to look at data as an option for monetizing, but also more importantly as a risk. I think when you host tremendous amount of data, you definitely have that moral, ethical, as well as legal responsibility to protect that data and make sure that data does not get disseminated in a negative way.
Very good. And Xena, a great job as a moderator tonight. Final thought?
Yeah, I want to build on what Reid was just saying. I think if you look at the last 20 years of corporate adoption of technology, the reality is that this discussion on data privacy is going to uncover the things that they did not do well in terms of IT hygiene. So on the topic of privacy, it's going to be data management strategy is going to be a very important piece of them getting the privacy conversation right. And today, I would argue that most organizations do not have a handle on where their data is, who's touching it, and what it contains.
Very good. We'd just like to thank our panelists here at Galvanize in New York City for their help and a great job by AI Hub in organizing tonight's Artificial Intelligence Privacy Ethics Seminar. And thank you all. For CBSI Services from New York City, this is Ken Kraetzer.